Hello, my name is Bryce Brown, and today I will be demonstrating a saturated and unsaturated solution. And so what I have here today is I have 4 cups of water, as you see, and 2 of them I heated up in my Keurig, and I took the temperature of all these. And so the warm ones are about 135 degrees Fahrenheit, and the cool ones are at room temperature at 69 degrees. And so what I'll be doing today is I have a bowl of sugar and a bowl of just table salt, and I will be finding kind of how many spoonfuls does it take to saturate these solutions. So that being said, we'll start off doing the sugar first. So we're gonna start off by doing the just the normal room temperature one. So this is about a tablespoon of salt that's going in here. So and what I'm doing is I'm gonna keep pouring in sugar and stirring it up until you can't see any sugar anymore, until it's all dissolved. So that's pretty dissolved right there. Yeah, I would say that's dissolved. So we're gonna try again with another tablespoon. So let's see what that, okay. So now it's starting to collect on the bottom. So that means that this solution is saturated. So as you can see, the salt is starting to collect on the bottom. The sugar, excuse me, is collecting on the bottom. So that means that this solution is now saturated, which means I can put as much salt into this cup as I want, and it won't dissolve into it anymore. So anyway, so that's the sample with the room temperature sample with water and sugar. And so now this is the heated one. So we'll be testing how the how temperature can affect saturation. So I'm gonna start off again with another tablespoon. And you can see right away it's just dissolving so much quicker. It's already dissolved pretty much. So we'll add our second tablespoon. Oops. And still dissolved all the way. So it's not yet saturated. This would be unsaturated. And let's see. It's still not dissolved, so this solution is still unsaturated. Alright, now it's beginning to collect on the bottom, just a little bit, not a lot. So I would say that, as you can see there, bottom, I would say that for 4 ounces of water, which is all in these cups, for 4 ounces of water, it takes a little bit under 3 tablespoons, or a little bit under 4 tablespoons, excuse me, for the solution to become saturated. So that is the sugar. So now I'll move on to the salt. So for this one, we're gonna start off with the one at room temperature. And 1 tablespoon. And all these samples, as I mentioned earlier, have 4 ounces in them. So it's not a lot. looks like it's not yet saturated. And put another spoon in there. Oh yeah, so it's beginning to form on the bottom. As you can see, the salt collecting at the bottom. And so notice how this one actually changes its colors compared to the sugar, which in the sugar one, it has a lot more at the bottom than the salt, which tells me that this salt is a lot more soluble in water than the sugar. Alright, and so now this is the heated one. So it's been a few minutes since I've heated it up, so it's probably around a little bit less than 130 degrees now, if I were to guess. So we're gonna start with a tablespoon. And notice how this one's not changing colors like the other one did on the first pour. It's pretty cool observation. So we're gonna add the second one. And this one has a little bit less water in there. So I don't know what went wrong for that. Still not yet saturated. That's 2 tablespoons of salt. This might do it. Yeah, so the salt, if you can see, it's beginning to collect on the bottom, so that means that this solution is now saturated, which, as I mentioned earlier, you could pour as much sugar as you want, salt as you want in here, and it's not gonna, the water is not gonna take much more or any more. So that is how a saturated and unsaturated solution works. So as I mentioned, the unsaturated is a solution that has, which means you could still add more solute into the solvent. And when it's saturated, that means that it's kind of peaked on the amount of solute you could add to it. So that's pretty much it. That's saturated solutions.